What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. This is my first video since my channel got nuked, my old channel. Let's get into this. My predictions for UFC 307, Pereira vs Roundtree. The return of the King of Rio also. Court McGee, Tim Means. Tim Means been in UFC 12 years. Court McGee's been here a while too. He's lost his last three. Tim Means. Let's have a look. 15 and 13 in UFC. He's won one of his last four. I think McGee's at record actually. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, he's won two of his last eight, so he's got a 25% win ratio. I mean, I would pick Means, but I think at this point, I think Means is shot finally. I mean, he's had a ton of fights. I mean, a 10. I would pick Means. I think he's the much better fighter, the more skilled fighter. But I think at this stage of their career with their skill sets, Court McGee's going to keep him down, make it boring, and eke out a decision. I might be wrong. The only way Means wins is by submission or KO. He's not going to decision McGee. So I don't think he's going to be able to get him hurt and just keep him hurt. I think if he gets McGee hurt, McGee's out of there. So that's why I see that one going. This one, I'm not going to go into their records. Man, it's a toss-up, but I'll go with Tisha Pennington because she's going to be more active, way more activity, definitely more activity than Carla in her title winning. I mean, she has the record, I think, for she won a title and then re-won it, I think, nearly a decade later. That's never happened and may never, probably will never happen again. I mean, under strange circumstances, but still, that's a pretty cool record. This is a rebooked fight, Ovin St. Preux vs Span. We've already been through this on my old channel. Ovin St. Preux's there for dog food, some Haitian dog food for Ryan Spann. If Ryan Spann doesn't win this, I mean, I don't think he's really going anywhere anyway, but if he doesn't win this, he's really going in reverse. Pateria versus Almeida, it's a setup for Almeida. I think Almeida's coming off a loss. 1-1, yeah, he lost to Kopylov. Pateria, he's a terrible fighter. This guy, the only thing I can think of when I think of this guy is he nearly lost to Shogun, which had been a Shogun that had been shot for nearly a decade and badly shot for a Shogun that 6 years prior, from the last 6 years, Shogun, strongest the wind will knock him out, and this guy almost got beat by that guy. The shell of Shogun Shadow almost beat this guy. So yeah, he lost in his last fight, guillotined by Michel Pereira. Oh, that was a sick one, wasn't it? With the front cartwheel thing, and they almost robbed him of his win. Herbert Hernandez. I mean, Hernandez has just been piss poor since he came in. Thought he was a badass. He started chatting, I think, trying to be like Conor against Donald Cerrone. I think that was when it all went downhill for him. Let's have a look. Yep, he came in. He had that crazy win over Dariush. Dariush is like a Michael Johnson. He can beat Khabib, and then he'll just lose to like some donk. Aubin Mercier beat him, and then he got the head kick and punches from Cerrone. Man, 2019 Cerrone was not to be effed with. God, remember that Donald Cerrone versus Rick Story? That's one of my favourite finishes ever. Reminds me of the Eddie Alvarez Conor fight because he's just doing crazy things as the guy's moving and he's still landing perfect. But I think obviously it's not as big as good an opponent, and it's not on as big a stage, not for a lightweight championship like Conor's was, but it was even more impressive, just the way the kicks, the punches, everything landed as Rick Story's moving through the air. That was just some vintage Cowboy. Cowboy didn't get enough respect, in my opinion. He's old now, but man, the guy was just... He was like a guy who was never going to win a title. He was as good as you're going to get to not win a title. I think the stoppage against RDA was early too. Marina Rodriguez versus Yasmin Lucindo. Let's have a look at their records. Kovalevich, Viana, Walker... I think Marina Rodriguez is on a bit of a skid. Yeah, she was doing good in UFC, and now she was like, I guess she was 6-1, and now she's 7-4. Her only win in years, in the last 2 years, she won one in the last four, and it was against Watson Gomez. I mean, Michelle Watson is just beyond washed. This is an interesting fight. Buckley versus Thompson. Buckley's on a little bit of a run. Fialho, Andre Fialho. Alex Morono, Vicente Luque, and Sultan Ruzaboyev. Now, the Sultan Ruzaboyev fight is what really impressed me. Luque coming off that brain injury thing, and it was just a weird stoppage. People thought he threw the fight. That decision against Imavov doesn't look too bad now, does it? Thompson, I mean, he's on a bit of a skid, I feel like. Love Stephen Thompson, though. He's an awesome fucking fighter. Wicked to watch. I mean, God, who else is getting in there with Shavkat Rakhmonov? Let's have a little look who he's been fighting. Rakhmonov, Holland, Pereira cancelled twice. Mohammed, Bilal, the champion now. Gilbert Burns, Jeff Neal, Vicente Luque, when Vicente Luque was a lot better. Anthony Pettis, I forgot about that. Crazy. And he got robbed by Darren Till. Beat George Masvidal, and then his great fights with Woodley, Rory McDonald, Johnny Hendricks, my God, Jake Allenberger, Patrick Cote, Robert Whittaker. Damn, he's fought everyone. Fair play. What a record. Win or lose, he's fought everyone. Unless Buckley gets hit with some crazy on the top of the head, high on the top of the head kick, I'm going with Thompson. Sorry, I'm going with Buckley. I would have picked Thompson, but I just think the guy's like 40-41. I know he looks after himself, but it does not matter. You could be perfect, preserved, hardly been knocked out as he is. He's still 40-something, a welterweight. That's just, I mean, if anyone can do it, it's Thompson, but I think Buckley's really coming into his, with wrestling, the striking, it's all coming together. It's all coming together for Buckley, I feel. I mean, if Buckley loses this is not good for him. Thompson's number 8, Buckley's number 11, but I think Buckley should be strongly favoured for this. What's the odds? It won't show me. Oh, never mind. Caitlin Vieira versus Harrison. Harrison's going to murk her. I mean, Vieira is the kind of, I don't know any other way to say it, but she's got that mannish, stocky build. If anyone's going to be able to like go womano with Kayla, it's going to be this chick. Let's see how she's doing. Oh, she lost her split decision to Raquel Pennington 2 fights ago. Decision. Yeah, she's going to get smoked. Unless Harrison asses the bed, she's going to get smoked. I mean, that Pacheco, man, she hasn't got that put that right. I mean, yeah, she got a win over Pacheco, didn't she? Yeah, earlier. I mean, she needs to fight Pacheco. They need to get Pacheco in the UFC. They're going to have to. They've got to settle that. You can't be 1-1 in MMA. Hell no. The home win, I mean, home is old and washed, but home came in looking to win that fight, and she smoked her. Aspen Ladd, that's impressive win, but Aspen Ladd's fallen off. Yeah, Kayla Harrison's going to smoke her. Holland versus Delidze. Oh, right, it might show me. Yeah, he's a -220 favourite, Buckley. Sounds about right. Delidze's an underdog. Kevin Holland's a favourite. 13-8, man. He's racked up some wins and some losses in a short period of time. He's coming off the Olaseychuk win. And Olaseychuk's not a bad fighter. He's not the best, but he's not terrible. The Caucasian. Decision against Anthony Smith. I mean, Anthony Smith just looked terrible in that fight. Like TJ said, he just give up. Bautista versus Aldo. Don't even need to look at these guys' records. I know Aldo's record like the back of my hand. If Aldo's anything of what he was, even if he's 50% of what Jose Aldo is and can be, he wins this fight. But I think he's just tipped over the edge now. I mean, the fights he's had, the wars he's had, the age he's at. I mean, I want to go with Aldo, but I think Bautista's going to edge it, probably 2 rounds to win, just on work rate and just that youthful energy. And I mean, I was Bautista 30 or something, 31. And Aldo, I know Aldo's not very old, but I mean, he is old in fight years, isn't he? He's like 33. Oh my God, Aldo's 38. I thought he was younger than that. God, time does fly. 38. I thought Aldo was like 35, 36 tops. Ah, man. I'm going to go with Aldo. Screw it. I'm going to go with my heart. I'm going to go with Aldo. Pennington versus Pena. Pena's going to run her over. Ronda too. She's going to brutalise her and take her out of there. Pereira versus Roundtree. I mean, Roundtree's on a 5-fight win streak, I think, but against just nobodies. I think the only good fighter he's beat is Jacoby or something like that. Yeah, Jacoby split decision. Roberson, Bakauskas, Dorcas. I mean, Bakauskas just isn't on that level. Roberson isn't on that level. Jacoby, I'm sure he got knocked out, didn't he? He was doing good and then got knocked out, wasn't it? Yeah, punches and knee, Dominic Reyes. Good for Dominic Reyes. That made me happy. That I'm glad to see him get a win. I mean, the one guy who's legitimately beat John Jones and just how he went downhill is just insane. Isn't it crazy? The one person that beat John Jones just went on such a dive, such a skid, unbelievable. I mean, Chris Daukaus isn't in UFC anymore. Anthony Smith, all due respect, probably shouldn't be in UFC anymore. I'm joking. His last, so he lost to Delizze, beat Petrino, lost to Roundtree, beat Ryan Spann, lost to Teixeira in grappling. Couldn't even get it back in grappling. Lost to Johnny Walker. I mean, you're losing to Johnny Walker. Come on, man. Lost to Ankalaev, beat Ryan Spann, beat Jimmy Crute, beat Devin Clark. I mean, they're crap wins, and the Jimmy Crute win was just dodgy. Devin Clark just made a donk mistake. Jimmy Crute was just a stupid leg thing. Ryan Spann was just a spanner. And he lost to Rakic, lost to Teixeira. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It is what it is. And I like Anthony Smith. I don't want to talk crap about him. You know what I mean? I know I don't want to be that guy. Yeah, I was going to pick Roundtree, but screw it. I'm going to pick Roundtree. I think he's going to upset it because it's always when you never expect it, and it's almost like a psychological thing. Khalil Roundtree, this is the most biggest, dangerous, craziest, wildest moment of his life. His whole life has been to get to this point. Pereira's a two-time Glory champ, two-time UFC champ, defended the belt now a couple of times. His legacy's set in stone. He's got money in the bank. He is a legend, UFC Hall of Famer, bona fide, one of the best combat athletes of all time on paper. You've got to say that. I mean, look what he's won. Look what he's done. There's no denying it. He's got power. He's got aura. He's got chamma. He's got everything. So Pereira is better, and Pereira should win, and Pereira would win. But it's that mental thing. It's like TJ Barrow. I'm like, this guy's lamb going to slaughter, and we've got another lamb going to slaughter here in Roundtree. And that's why I'm picking Roundtree. There's like some mental block that happens with fighters. When you're the lamb, you're coming in, you're sharp, you're ready, you're sharp as hell. But when you're the slaughterer, you just don't have that fear. I mean, Pereira's probably just, I mean, how can he have the intensity? I mean, it's a perfect matchup for him in his eyes, but I think Khalil's a lot faster than Pereira. I mean, it might not matter with that hook and Pereira's timing and skill and leg kicks, but this is going to be an exciting fight, and it's going to be a better fight than what people think, I believe. Whether I'm right or not, I believe this is going to be a much better fight than what people think. So yeah, man, that's the card. I mean, I can't believe this women's champion. I mean, no disrespect. Oh man, Juliana's going to be a two-time champion, and then it's going to go to Kayla Harrison. We can almost guarantee what's going to happen with the belt. Isn't that crazy? We can almost guarantee that we're going to have we can guarantee the champion's going to go from Pennington to Pena and then to Harrison. So they're not going to do a rematch, are they? I mean, and she's going to be Harrison. I mean, Harrison's going to body her. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you never know she beat Nunes, but come on, let's be real. That ain't happening again. So that's my predictions. See you guys in the next video. Peace.